Chasing the dog off her seat, huh? Okay. It's happening? It's happening. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Episode number 475. Woo! We're racking them up a lot since I'm doing shows like every day now. Anything happened today? I don't know. Hear about anything? Keith Gill exercised. He exercised 40,100 shares. 40,010 shares? Whatever it was. 4 million shares. And yeah, so that is the good news of the day. And now there's a T1 to find those shares tomorrow to actually deliver them to him. I'm hoping that we get some run tonight. I'm gambling on it. I YOLO'd into a boatload of $40 calls that expire tomorrow because they were cheap. And I was like, maybe it will run. So here we sit. I have not looked to see what we're at in the after hours at the moment. I'm sure I should refresh that and I could find that out. Also, the shareholders meeting was a big giant dud. Depending on who you talk to, it was computer share not being able to have the server volume available to host, or according to the white hats, there was a DDoS attack that was 305,000 computers from 120 different countries, all attacking at the same time. So every 5 minutes or so, and that's what was keeping people out. So now I guess the meeting's been rescheduled to Monday at 11:30 Central, I think is right. If I remember what Casey Chapman sent me. That's what we're looking at. So, well, after hours we're down. What? Don't you dare be down after hours, you bastard. Oh, miserable. Well, we're down after hours right now, but it's my YOLO. I didn't have much left in the old coffers, so figured roll a dice for tomorrow. We'll see what we get, because beyond this, I honestly don't know. If we do get some push, if Keith did exercise enough shares to get some gamma going, I think we might be able to push some of the options in the money and get a little bit of gamma going for Monday, which would be great news for the leaps next Friday. I think GameStop doing the dilution last week kind of stabbed Keith in the heart. I think he was hoping to have much higher prices when he exercised, and GameStop really kind of messed him up in that one. I mean, he's got more money than he did before, so good for him. But I don't think it was quite the plan he had thought out, because I don't think he counted on GameStop diluting. I think, just like me, it didn't figure into his calculations, and he was kind of like slapped around because of it. But he's got 9 million shares, so what does he care? Like, he's better off than any of us. So, yeah. Sip. Okay, so anything else to add? I don't think so. So let's Bing.
Houston, we have a problem.
Okay, bam. Let's just hit the chats. What's on your minds? False Flags was first. Way to go. Legacy Number Actions Houston. So since RK, aka Paul Atreides, exercise win price action, T+1, that's the way it's supposed to work now. So let's see. Right? Okay, Chapman says everyone's fast. Yes, shareholders meeting moved to June 17th at 11:30 Central. So that's what Casey confirming there. Ryan H, shout out to Monkey Butt and Fat Cat. Well, Fat Cat's here. Right there. Chunk, chunk, chunk. And Monkey Butt's on the floor. Wishing she had her spot, but she got chased off of it because for some reason the cat is more powerful than her. Okay, False Flags. I was wondering when the same thing, price action when. I hope tonight. That's what I hope. I hope that I'll look at my phone before I go to bed and be like, oh, 24-hour market, you're doing something interesting. And that we get a whole bunch of buying early in the morning as those Euros are eating dinner or whatever it is they're doing. And we rock and roll. Rock and roll. That's, because if not, well, poof, goes Houston's options play. You have to start over again another day. Derek Horse, Houston, will I be able to get a BBL soon? Man. Come on. Just says yes. So, yes. Yes, you will. Cali Bull's here. First name, last name. DDoS attack apparently got canceled meeting? Yeah, that's kind of, And False Flag says, don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, yeah, like and subscribe. I always forget to tell people that. So, by all means, like and subscribe. I think if I can get like 80,000 more of you to subscribe, I get one of those plaques. So, that'd be cool. I've gained like 2,000 subscribers in 3 years. Martin, happy birthday. Thank you, Martin. GDC. Meeting was never going to take place. Like DFE's stream, it was meant to demonstrate algo triggers. Possibly. I mean, that's as good conspiracy theory as any. First name, last name. Got some lot of tickets for the next 2 weeks and some realistic tickets as well. Let's hope GME doesn't dilute again. Yes. Lisan Al-Gaib. Lisa Sa. Imagine the premiums for selling covered calls on 9 million shares. Yeah. Let's see here. We can do that. We can do that number. Turn off the intro. Go to the calculator. Oh, that's Google Earth. Go to the calculator. Okay, 9 million. It's 9 million 1,000. I think I was putting 9 million 10,000 in my thing, but 9 million 1,000. Okay. You divide that sucker by 100. And that's how many call options you could make. 90,000, 10. And right now, a weekly covered call that is, let's see here, let's say $5 out of the money. 29, 34, about $100. No, wait, that's just ending tomorrow. Let's look at 21st. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about $350 at the moment. The implied volatility is a little higher, but you can make about $350 off each one. You can do $31 million a week. You cover calls if you manage to sell all 90,000 of those every single week. So theoretically, $31 million a week. If he does just a fraction of that, like 10 million worth, you'd be doing $3 million a week. So not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. So yeah, that's not such a bad idea, right? You just be raking it in. He could do cover calls through all of the little dip cycles, even if it's lower. If it's implied volatility is non-existent, the stock isn't moving at all. He could sell a shit ton of those things at $100 each, do $9 million a week, and just become a billionaire that way. So, oh wait, did I turn off the daytime intro? Oh crap! Did I do myself? That's a nighttime one. That's one I did turn off. Okay, blink. Now it's off. Daytime one was off, so I did get that right. Okay. Mr. Osuna. Dave Lauer seems to suggest arcade and exercise, but sold Anyway, we can verify. I'm pumped for tomorrow and next week. Thanks, man. He did his YOLO update. He's got 4 million more shares. So that's how we know that he at least got shares. He maybe sold and bought shares. At any rate, he has shares now. Lexington Productions, Houston, will we see any banks or short hedge funds get obliterated the next couple of weeks, or nothing burger and a fish wears a mattress? Well, a Swiss broker went belly up today. European banks are collapsing like crazy. There was an article that came out today showing that the large banks have a way larger exposure to commercial real estate than they implied. So banks are looking rough. Hedge funds, Citadel lost money last quarter, so I mean they're not doing well. I guess it blows my mind that these hedge funds, like if you just took in like billions of dollars from rich people to make your hedge fund, right? And all you did was you just put in the SPY. You'd outperform every hedge fund in existence by a lot. I mean, you just take up finger painting and everyone would think that you're a genius of Wall Street. And all the billionaires are like, oh my God, he's so smart. He's getting me 10% returns year over year. And you just didn't do anything. You just took the S&P 500 and just put it over here. And then everyone thought you were smart. But no, these hedge funds, they're like, they've got thousands of employees. They've got trading floors. They got people going bonkers and they're losing 5% a quarter. Like, it just, you're working really hard to accomplish, to go backwards. Sprinting backwards. It's very weird. So, you've mastered the universe and you can't beat the SPY. All right. Legacy 10 Productions, Houston. Will we see any banks? Oh, I just read that one. I do it all the time. I start to read and then I'm like, oh wait, I just read that exact same question. Terry Course, BBY, come back to me. Billy Ray Valentine, Ryan Rugpole Cohen is a Fed. Well, I do feel like we did get pulled a bit. It better not dilute tomorrow. Oh my God. They do dilute tomorrow. Like, fuck it, I'm out. Just okay. Julie says Vegas next week. Woohoo! I hope that the 4 million shares is enough to push us up high in the morning. Put a whole bunch of stuff in the money, and go from there. That's what I hope. Yeah. Keith Dixon, I have a little paraplegic cat I have to manually express twice a day. When I think about how much cat poop I've squeezed out waiting for MOAS, let's just say I'm ready. I had a cat who got hit by a car. The last inch of his butt was paralyzed, and he had no sensation in his bladder. So for like a year, this thing would grow like a cantaloupe, and he had to like squeeze it out, and he would just like piss a fire hose. And then eventually he just kind of figured out how to do it on his own again, which was fantastic. And lived another like 16 years with this little tail dragging around behind him, lifeless. Yeah, Baracus. He was a good cat. He was a very good cat. Excellent murderer. Just slaughtered everything. Just fantastic. Monkey was terrified of him for the... How many years did you live with BA? Was it 3 years, Monkey? 2016, 2018? Yeah, all 3 years you were absolutely terrified. When she was acting up, I would just bear hug her and roll her towards the cat. She would just go limp and start like shaking. Yeah, come on, get up here. Get up, come on. Get up there. Yeah. Yeah. You. Terrified. Absolutely scared. Scarred. Absolutely scarred. BBBY coming back would be pretty sexy. There was apparently a hearing today. I haven't heard anything about what was in that hearing. Had something to do with the plan. If anyone knows, let me know. So far, I found nothing. Jason Cage, DK Butterfly can authorize 901 million shares, which is a multiple of the 9 million shares that Gill now has, which is the same number of shares that Ryan Cohen had when he first bought into GameStop. So symbolism is everywhere. GDC, when I move, you move. I bet we see a lot of people exercising their shares tomorrow. Do it. All of you. When they're in the money, pull that trigger, baby. Boo! And let's exercise. Exercise. That's what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to exercise. Get that sucker running. Just Mammy? Anyone check on Tottenham Sparkles yet? I completely forget about it until someone brings her up. Lots of ways, so I guess buy the Wu-Tang now. You can, I think, pay $1 for a listen. And if you have a GME shares, you can hook up your brokerage account to the website and you have access to listen to it there. Not quite the dividend we were hoping for, but a perk, I guess, for GameStop shareholders. Every $1 that they receive, 88 seconds gets removed off of the release time until like the album goes in the public domain or whatever. And so $28 million would get it to go now. So, I think our boy Roaring Kitty had that in his account yesterday. Enough. Rupert Trooper. Based off his cost basis, it seems he sold his calls and then bought the shares rather than exercising. Am I wrong? Also, shares may have been delivered. Well, regardless if it says in your account that they're there or not, does not necessarily mean they've been delivered. That's just what they do. They're just like, oh yes, this is how much you should have in there, and then they frantically look around in the background trying to find them at all times. Yes, cost basis is up. I'd be curious. I'd be curious to see exactly what he did, because I would just exercise, be cheaper, get more of them. But maybe he wanted that 9,001,000 shares. I don't know. It's Oh, Joshua says E-Trade adds the cost of the premium to the cost basis. I can also explain it. Ed, you look like Tim from Godzilla Legacy of Monsters series. I don't know who that is. Is it because I'm wearing my totally hip happening South Point shirt? This sucker is UMTV rap style. RP point. Lost waves. Oh, blah, 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 blah. That's you're talking about FTDs to lost waves. Okay. Emtra, what are your thoughts on DFV's timing today? Why now? I think his goal today was to force them to go look for shares tomorrow. And if they have to go look for shares tomorrow, that increases volume by about 30 million shares or so, if we judge from the last time we had Gamma of 4 million. And then they have to go in the market, they got to go find them. Share price goes up, puts a whole bunch more stock options in the money, which then they got to go find and hedge for, which puts more options in the money, which they got to go find and hedge for. And let's just see. Let's take a look at the options chain, because see what tomorrow's got in store for us. Now these numbers will change, I guess, as things open in the morning. But okay, so no real numbers until we get up to the $25 level, which we're in the money. So we got, I don't know, probably 20,000 or so before that. So 40,000, 50,000, maybe 60,000 right now in the money at $29 where it closed, and right now we're at 27 and change. 27.93 is about $28. So we got about 60,000, about 6 million shares currently in the money. We jump to the next level. We go to 30s right here. That puts us at 90 million shares. That's 9 million shares, 90,000 options. And if we get to where I want to get, which is in the 40s, right? We get 90,000, 100, 110, 125, 130, 100, and about 170,000 or so. So if we can get to 40, then we have 17 million shares in the money. So we can go from 6 million shares in the money to 17 million shares in the money with basically an $11 jump in price, which we can do overnight, which we have done overnight, which has happened before. So that's why it's important. If you're in the money and you are past your break even, just start exercising. Make them go find those shares, man. Make them find them. Go get them shares. Load up. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's put everything in the money. That'd be great. Be fantastic. Right? Right, monkey? Get up here. Come on. You good dog. You good dog. Boom. Javier. Gifted 10 memberships. So let's see what we got. We got Love Stars. We got Robert Stank. Bob Stank. Rupert Trooper. Joshua. Jeffrey A. Roca. Mike Forst. Keeping It Breezy. Brett Montgomery. Sky. Lulian Fikiru. Nice. I got a couple of lurkers in there. A couple of old timers I haven't seen in a while. So there we go. Sujo, sorry I'm late. Call's still okay, or are we effed? I mean, I took a huge gamble. I gambled. I gambled. I took everything I had. I put it into $40 calls, hoping that Kitty was exercising. And I'm right. He didn't exercise as many shares as I thought he would, but I was right. And I was really thinking we're going to get a lot more push after hours, but we might be waiting until the morning to they like do the math and add up just what they got to do. Oh, it'd be really nice if we opened at 40 tomorrow. That'd be spectacular. That'd be stupendous. That'd be spectendous. So, or nothing happens, and that's that. And the options chain completely collapses, and Houston goes 0 for 4 on his options run. This time it wasn't Ryan Cohen's fault, but his own hubris. Oh well. Almost won. Oh well, maybe we'll have maybe we will have noisemakers and Martinelli's tomorrow. We'll find out. Lisa, how does it mean the additional 4,001,000 shares he acquired must be delivered tomorrow, or can they kick it? Well, supposedly they're supposed to be delivered tomorrow, so there should be action on that. So yeah. How Bozzer. Is there a way to see who sells you options? I'm curious how it was determined that Wolverine is the entity that sold DFE's calls. I think Wolverine is the main market maker for the options market, and that's just why people refer to them. I mean, other people write options all the time. You can write options. Joe Blow can write options. But the main liquidity provider is Wolverine in that regard. Rhino, PB, don't read too much into this. Ron Kitty tried to do a pump and dump to make himself money because he got divorced. GameStop stopped it. Done. Did he get divorced? I hadn't heard that. Doesn't say he's divorced. I can see on Wikipedia. Did he get divorced? Oh, no. Well, let's this here. That's Palm Beach. That's a different person. Well, maybe he did. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything pop up immediately. We're looking. GameStop. Keith Gill, Midlife Crisis. Keith Gill walks in sunset. Tweeting again. Stocks. Anything. Might have been in the comments. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is if it is what it is. Okay, where was I? Robert Pierpoint. He saw kick the can? I was kick the can with the cat system running, but they could, I suppose. I think they've been trying, because we've seen huge short volume on the stock. Like last week, we did multiple times the entire total shares outstanding in just short volume. So they they do a really good job of hiding where those shares are coming from. So I'd be very curious to see what comes of the CAT system now that's in place. Or Pure Point, Rhino PB, quit smoking crack. It's killing your brain. Forest Fire. I guess at some point, RC causes a squeeze via merger dividend, but the market will not let a true MOAS. My guess is they sell it for $1,000 share, called good. Which was the entire reason I was playing my options the way I was playing them, was $1,000 a share, you got a fistful of options, you made a lot of money. And that's what I was hoping to get to. Like, see, not saying we won't squeeze, but I think it pushes the timeline a bit. I'm sick of timeline pushing. Just do it already. Like, are we going to get another wave of volatility, or we have to wait 3 years for it? Like, what's up, yo? Next Friday, we do have the T35 for all those May failure to delivers come and due. So, give me that volatility. Just give it to me, man. Give it to me. Mike C, I think Kitty knows we're about to drop sub 20, especially if Cohen dilutes again. He better not. Stop it, Ryan. Kevin Rainin, happy birthday, Houston. Monday is National Take Your Cat to Work Day. Just saying. Well, Kitty, you made it, right? Oh, you want me to take cat to work? You want me to take cat to work? Yeah. Okay. GDC, whatever DFE did with his options exercise, sold both. He did it before the volatility hit, so the OCC wasn't able to interfere. That's also good to note, right? Galliball, Helio, Vegas is dangerous for suddenly rich people. It's great if you want to, like, go to museums, see some neon lights, people watch in one of the giant mall things as you watch America waddle by. Robert Pure Point, if Kitty's game was just making money, he would have sold the options the other day for a much higher value than just turning into 4 million shares. Do you even think before you speak? Well, Ooh. Big Mully. Never seen anything like this before. They rescheduled to Friday and then rescheduled to Monday. It seems like that was done for a reason. I think something major drops Monday. Why the second delay? Maybe there was something in the court case that happened today that no one knows about because no one listened to it. Because we were all trying to listen to the earnings call or the shareholders meeting. And that was just like Integrity Farms commercials music. Cali Bowl, Wolverine needs to go find 4 million shares tomorrow. Richard Desch, Wu-Tang Monday. Wu-Tang's happening right now. Lycodon, how many days to deliver? 101 Nas, Houston. GameStop announced they won't have any near-term acquisition mergers. Does that mean BBY is off the cards? Damn, these bags are heavy, and my butt is sore from Wendy's rear-end action. It might just be they don't have anything to announce for a while, and we've got to wait until something like gets announced from the court on BBBY. That's still thumb twiddling zone. So I would have thought all this has been wrapped up by now, but you know, when you got people constantly jumping in there, slowing things down, being giant human speed bumps, it takes a while to work through all the hearings and cases and everything else. Just finish it already. That's what I have to say. D, and it must be lit market? I have no idea if Wolverine has to go to the lit market or not to get them. Not a clue. I mean, they're market makers, so they probably do everything in the shadows. At least I saw they may continue to kick the shareholder meeting. Maybe. Okay. Lovestar says, yes, it must be lit market for the T+1. I cannot confirm or nor deny that. Love Stars, the question is, did they already hedge the shares or not? My guess is probably not. They probably would have bothered hedging next week because the least you can get away with is what you get away with. Ace Ventura, 101 Nos doesn't even do a good job at Wendy's. Just like a dead fish. That's what I've heard. Built like a bionicle. The question is, to the hedge, yea or nay? We'll find out, won't we? We will find out. What's still happening in the yield after hours? Anything interesting? Hey, we're back up a little bit. Back over 28. Okay. Every little penny seems exciting, doesn't it? All right, Pierpoint, a market expert seems to think he sold calls at the very, very, very low strike and collected a huge premium and used that to exercise, and thus 8 million more shares are on a T+1. Interesting. I'd be very curious to see what the open interest is tomorrow morning. And if the options chain is still strong today, as we can see right now. If we get to 40 and we put 17 million shares in the money, then we can get to 50, put even more. Pokes, 4 million shares added, 100 per contract, 40,000 contract exercise, 80,000 calls sold, pay for shares. He had 120,000 calls, so he, yeah, 80,000. Yep. Sold 2/3 by 1/3. It looks like he still has $6 million in his account, which means he can get another 18,000 contracts for next week if he wants. So load up, bud. Or 18,000. Like, oh, he gets so many. Let's see here. Let's look at the. Let's say he wanted to. June 14th. He could get 200. Quick math. My brain's not doing it real quick for me at the moment. Turn you off. He's got $6 million still. And you want in the money? Tomorrow, he'd get another 30,000 contracts tomorrow if he wanted to, that are in the money right now. That $6 million. Tomorrow morning, buys 30,000 contracts, 3 million shares worth in the money just for the hell of it. That'd be fun. Right? If I had that kind of money, I'd play games like that. Snort alert. Oh, Houston, my nipples are hard. Well, rub them. Omar Farhat. What are your thoughts on the rumors that he sold, didn't exercise based on his average price increasing? I don't think it matters, because 4 million shares is 4 million shares, and someone's got to get those 4 million shares from somewhere and deliver them by tomorrow. So with exercised, whether he sold and exercised, he has 4 million more shares now than he did before. Just from Dex, as much as he denies it, Pulte has inside info, and he said he thinks no more dilution. From his lips to God's ears, I hope. Stop it. D says, good luck, Houston. Thank you. GDC, GME shareholder meeting postponed because of technical issues. Is that a reference to Houston? Yes. They're now making their entire broadcast a meme out of my broadcast. They want people to sell. Of course they do. They're looking for shares. Yes, they are. Lost waves. I don't think it was DDoS attack or the computer share couldn't hold the traffic. I think it was a GME chess move. Some people were in the call while others couldn't get in. It's like they closed the door. I was trying to get in, and then I got sent a link for a space call where somebody had gotten in, and then we listened to the music for an hour, and then we were told the show wasn't happening. So a lot of thumb twiddling went on this morning. Well, I'm still like, I was not functional. I did not sleep last night. I did one of those, my brain did math all night long last night, and what would I do in this situation type stuff, and what would happen here, and what would go on there. And then my alarm went off, and I was just like, try to pay attention to the opening. And there's nothing happening at the opening of the market, so I tried to nap for an hour, still didn't really sleep, and then woke up for the shareholders meeting, which was a big giant dud. So there we are. Black Udon, Gamma Juice. I would like to drink some. Who's it? Jose Rodriguez? Is that how I say that? Josue Rodriguez? What happened today? Some shares got bought. Some calls got stopped. Rupert Tribert, the delivery of shares were fulfilled already? Probably not. Maybe, but probably not. I'm gonna go find some, I hope. Ooh, we got another gift going on here. Low B gifted 20 memberships. You aren't that important. Devastator Omega, Prolific, Unsettled on Purpose, Dylan Tubbert, Thomas Dubois, Agent Smith 55, Gfont, Kyle Bickler, DeMarcos, Cotton Cheese, Brandon Howard, Dubois, Roaring Titty, Jethro, Alejandro, GDC, Doug Kitch, Andrew Forster, Luke Wallace, Dylan Tubbert, Chad Anderson. That might be the greatest lurker fishing cast I have seen yet, Lobie. At least half of those. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15? 15 out of 20 lurker casting. Good job. Welcome, strangers whose names I never see appear in the chat. Welcome aboard. Okay. All right. I love the lurker fishing. It's fun stuff. Oh, and then there's the reset of the chat. So I got to scroll all the way back up to just after we started the show. I think 3:04 p.m. is... Oh, well, I lost 4 minutes of the chat because 3:04 is where we cut off and 3:08 is where we are now. Diane B. Houston hanging out in Hocking Hills this week. Put this area on your list. Pet-friendly area. Found some cool rocks and fossils. Hocking Hills. Hocking Hills. Hocking Hills, Ohio. Come on, open. Open the page, man. I want to see Hocking Hills, Ohio. You can do it. There we go. All right. So, we got Hocking Hills, Ohio. We got some snow. We got some tube houses. We got some waterfalls. All right. Some slatey waterfalls there. Nice. Lots of pretty pictures there. It's like the rest of Ohio where it's just like bugs all summer long. Do I need to get industrial strength DEET and cover myself? Zip lines, canoeing. Word. All right. Hocking Hills. Noted. Peachy Sunday. DDoS attack seems like a good news to me. When you encounter an enemy, it means you're going the right way in the game. That's a good way of putting that. I like that. Above average Brett, as opposed to a below average Brett. GameStop is to blame for ruining DFE's call play. I changed my mind. I think you're right. 100%. I think you are correct on that one. That the share issuance, the dilution, really put a crimp. I think he had a much bigger play in mind and had to pivot. And he's probably plotting and planning right now what his next move is going to be. So I guess we'll see where that works, right? Right, monkey? Huh, buddy? Right? Yes. There we go. Okay. Fancy Shadem. I pulled over to say this. You may not have a lot of subscribers, but we're the most loyal subscribers anyone's got on YouTube. I appreciate it. I did chase away a lot of viewers early on because I just couldn't deal with the stupidity. Like I think I've cultivated a pretty good base, and we trim the fat. It's like my friend Lauren, her family has Klopp Ranch Vineyards, and they got named a few years ago as like the #1 Pinot Noir in the world. And when the vines start to sprout, right, start to pump out the little buds, they go and they cut off every single solitary one, each plant except for one. So that all the energy of that plant goes into just one bundle of grapes, which makes their yields really small compared to like a Kendall Jackson winery or something. So the yields are really tiny, but the grape prices are insane because they're the best grapes around. And I feel like that's what we've done here, is that we've cut off all the other little buds and we've cultivated this one bundle of grapes. And that's what I'm saying is you guys are grapes, is what I'm saying. You're delicious grapes. You're really good grapes, but grapes nonetheless. Shin Kim, hey Houston, just saying hello and thanks. Well, thank you, Shin Kim. Thank you so much. Hello and thank you. K Crusher, 1000. Out of the blue, sure. Radoslav Radev. So, at this point, is there any catalyst left? I mean, the meeting is at the money. So don't expect any big amount, or during the market, I think you mean. I can't read. So I don't expect any big announcements. I feel pretty discouraged at this point. I think we got to see what happens tonight and tomorrow. If we get some run, we get some, space under our feet, and this thing runs a little bit, putting a whole bunch of options in the money, then I think we can start the volatility all over again next week. And I think that's Gill's hope, is that we get that volatility going into next week, and we, fingers crossed, hug a loved one, whatever it can be. Joe Scooch, hey Houston. Been following for years, so he didn't exercise all his options, correct? What does this mean for us? Could it possibly trigger a gamma or light fuse at least? I'm hoping gamma. I'm hoping we get a little early gamma as they go look for some shares in the morning, and that pushes the price up. And so combining with the fact that next week those T35s come due from the May volatility we had, I mean, I'm gambling. I'm gambling just like the rest of you on this one. I give it 50-50 that those were enough shares to really start to push this thing up. I'm hopeful, but I'm giving it 50-50. Love stars. Their OPEX trading cycles, their FTD cycles, and GME as a company could improve, but it will, by its nature, be a volatile stock. Yes. Love stars. Hoping T+1 plays out. Me too. But I'll be honest, say I don't think it will. Bee's knees, it's not enough. Worked great. All right. Ripper Trooper, T+1 is a time frame. They have until deliver, but it doesn't mean they haven't already delivered if they had the shares on hand already. This is also true. Daniel Jewell, you're a beast, man. Hope you're doing well. Haven't been on in a while. Let's effing go, GME. Thank you. K Crusher, exercised and sold some. Yep. Scott Palm. Well, today was eventful. It was eventful. Like right there at the end, just got some eventfulness. I'm gonna check again, see what's happening at the end of traditional after hours, and a whole lot of nothing. Just sitting. It's kind of flat right now. 2802. Okay. Lionel Zafar. So is the gamma expectations of $100 per share possible in the short term? I think it depends on how many options we put in the money tomorrow. If we put 6 million shares in the money tomorrow, which is where it's at right now, we'll get some good volume on Monday. I'm not sure how much it's going to push us. If we get 17 million shares in the money tomorrow, go to $40, then we're talking business. If we, for some reason, fly above $40, then let the excitement roll, man. Let it roll. Mr. Volg, if he bought shares, then the price action would be reflected throughout today. That is also true. You would have seen big old spikes of share buying Solar 2K6, I'm buying shares of it, if buying the dip if it dilutes, as everyone should. Scott, meeting during market hours seems bullish to you? Seems bold to do that if you were going to have bad news coming up. Yeah, I mean, it's very weird to me because some folks have said that all filings have to be done before market if they're going to talk about anything exceptional, but they didn't really release anything today. So there was nothing before market. So what kind of questions are they hoping to field from their shareholders if it's during market hours? It's very, very weird. Very weird. Cody McDonald, Houston, what price are you thinking tomorrow? My price thinking is pure hopium. I'm hoping $40 plus. That's it. That's all I care about. Just push that thing over $40. And I hope we get there. Yeah, that's my entire hopium play. Got no reason for it other than the shares are exercise. Perhaps they'll cause some spike in volume, and we can go from there. Joshua, E-Trade adds cost premium to cost. Oh yeah, we're talking about the cost, the premium to the cost basis. Yes. Pro Magoo, Travis McGill, cost basis ad culprit. Oh, the same thing again. All right. Dirty Dumpling, what about my shares from 3 years ago? Do they deliver? Probably not. Eric, I'm hoping RC does not dilute for at least 2 weeks because if RC dilutes now, his percentage of the float will go down to dangerous levels where he could be ousted by a forced takeover. This is also true. That RC's got to do some buying of his own to pump himself back up to the 10% plus range. He's at 8% or so right now. So so he's got to buy about 9 million shares to get himself up to back to 10%. So at current levels, he's got to buy he's got to spend $27 million at current price, which, would go up if he's buying through lit markets and whatnot. So he's got some millions he's got to spend on shares to get himself back up to that 10% range. I assume he is not doing that because of merger acquisition stuff that they've got going on, preventing them from buying. So unless he took the 75 million shares and sold them directly to somebody who's on his side, which they could have done also. Robert Stank, or Stanky, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. What will do it to the price? If Ryan Cohen buys 5.8 million shares tomorrow, that's what he needs to stay at 10%. I thought to buy more. He's at 33 million or something like that. What's he at? Oh my gosh, I read that earlier and I can't remember. He was at, I think it was like 8.8% he was at. We have 420 million shares. 088. He's at 36 million shares. And to get over 10%, he needs to be at 42. So that's about 6 million. Yeah, maybe you're right. 5 million and change he's got to buy. So $15 million, 15 to $18 million at current levels if the price doesn't change at all. So Ryan, go buy. You diluted, so go buy some up. Can you do that for me? Thank you. My mistake. If DFE used the missing cash from his account, he would have bought at $23. That was not possible. Hey, how did I miss this Ace Ventura one? How did I miss that? Hey, Houston, long-time listener, first-time commenting. What are your thoughts on the universe? Well, that it exists. And you have the universe to thank for your existence. You're made up of stardust. Sarah Chiara, why do they have to buy the shares tomorrow if they sold them to him today? Because oftentimes market makers sell you shares that don't exist, and then they got to go find them. So that's the T+1. The clearing actually happens tomorrow, where the money and the shares exchange. And until then, it's kind of like a fictitious hologram in your account that doesn't actually exist until that clearing happens. So that's why. You see, Rodriguez, if I exercise my call options from Robinhood, they go to the lit market? I think everything in Robinhood goes through Apex, so probably not. Because Apex is like the king of dark pools. So I doubt. But shares have to get found out regardless. Okay. Okay. All right. Oswald Picklepot. Just a great name. Is there another interpretation that means him exercising or selling his options is anything but bad for all of us baggies? He has more shares. He got more shares. That's the important thing. Like, he went out and he got more shares and added them to his pile, which means market makers have to go find those shares somewhere to make up for it. And hopefully the price goes up as a result, pushing more call options into the money, allowing us to exercise and making them find more shares. So we can gamma squeeze a little bit. But, you know, maybe it wasn't enough shares. Maybe if he did 12 million, because maybe if he had more cash, he did 12 million. Or if the stock price was higher when he exercised, things would be a little different. But here we are. Sitting, waiting, wondering. Yeah. It's a big old game of wait, isn't it? Joshua, the stock did go up like 14% today on effectively no news, so they probably delivered some, if not most, today. That's also very possible. It also went up the moment he tweeted out the worm writing from Dune 2. So that also makes people go, woohoo! Yeah. Just Miami posted on X, if GME acquires BBBY, wouldn't they be able to use their NOLs to help offset the taxes on the $3 billion they just raised? If they don't do anything with the $3 billion, then they're going to have to pay taxes on it. If they reinvest that $3 billion into operations, into something, then this just becomes a giant write-off, and they don't pay taxes on that. That wouldn't be considered like what they keep as profit and what they distribute out to shareholders as dividend. That's stuff that gets taxed on, as far as I know. So, yeah, but if they become a giant profitable company making hundreds of millions of dollars a year on their investments, then the NOLs are super duper handy because they can go years without paying taxes and get to keep all of it. Ripper Trooper, how many shares kicked off the gamma back in April? It was, I believe, the first week of May, and it was 4 million shares going in the money. Kicked off the gamma back in first week of May. And then that caused 8 million shares to go in the money the next Friday. And that was going to cause over 30 million shares to go in the money on the 17th. And that's when GameStop diluted, killed the gamma, and we started all over again. So, yeah. And then we get to the first week of June and we start rocking again. We're going all woo! And then they killed the gamma last week. So, yeah, that's where we are. Many DB isn't the GME meeting tomorrow? No, they moved it to Monday. Monday at 11:30 Central. Your dog. You are a dog. Your dog wants a treat, I can tell. And we're at treat time. Why not? Why not, monkey? Sticky beef? Sticky beef work for you? Want 2 sticky beefs? Woo! They are stinky. Ugh. That puff of air out of the bag. Oh my gosh, get up here. Come on. Oh, sweet dog. Oh, sweet dog. 8 years in one day, buddy. 8 years in one day together. Robin Leinhardt. Cat Striker is saying Roaring Kitty told us what he was going to do when he posted silly with my 9 milli. What the dilly, yo? 9 million with dilly, yo? When did he post that? But I don't remember. I don't remember anything. Devastator Omega. Elon keeps having more brain farts than he usually does. Impressive. Well, Elon got his $56 billion pay package, but I'm sure that's going to get tied up in the courts again. Mainly because Elon kept broadcasting that he had vote totals ahead of time and things like that. But also, some damning articles came out, Wall Street Journal among others, showing that Elon has just basically been like sexually harassing his way through SpaceX. He was having sex with interns. When interns wouldn't have sex with them, he would give them bad reviews and not promote them. So, like, these are the type of things that at any other company, the CEO would get shit canned and sent packing. So, I mean, it's not the first time. We knew about him sexually assaulting that flight attendant and then having to buy her a horse, which is just the weirdest payoff in the entire world. But she got like a thoroughbred horse for getting sexually assaulted by Elon or sexually harassed or whatever it was. But yeah, it's interesting. And he blocked Apple, the Apple account, to everyone on Twitter, because Apple adopted OpenAI for their iPhone. Here's an interesting thing. Like Google has Bard, and Google has a platform. They got their own phones. They have the search that dominates everything. They can install Bard on that. Windows has an OpenAI thing that goes through Bing, and they've got a platform in Windows and in Office and all that stuff. Grok, or the XAI, does not necessarily have a platform that's going to be widely adopted. He's on Twitter, but not everyone's on Twitter, and not everyone uses it on Twitter. He doesn't really have a device or anything like that. I think he's pissed off that Apple chose OpenAI rather than Elon's thing. So he's like, man, no one can look at Apple tweets anymore. And then blocked Apple from everybody, which is just, for being Mr. Freedom of Speech, is just the goofiest response in the entire world. Like, just, that guy, man. I'm telling you, if Elon had been born poor middle class, he would be a fat, bald neckbeard working IT at some regional bank in Cape Town. He would not be the Fortune 500 CEO he is today. He would just be some dude named Elon who gave every girl in the office the willies. That's who he'd be. Craig says, dude, we're more likely to open at 25. If that's the case, then, my options play is hosed. And that's that. Oh well, such is life. Capture this. Nothing happens, bro. What the fuck? Do you think it opens? Ha! 40, ha! I mean, why not? Good a bet as any. Ace Ventura Wolverine is an X-Man. He is. He is the X-Man, apparently. Alex, a.k.a. Boneless, and Wolverine Market Maker have to pay up by end of day tomorrow. This is also true. KG, I'm sure most people hold most positions till Monday because of postponed earnings. That can also kind of stagnate everything as well. Morgan 350Z, why would he get divorced with $50 million in the bank? This guy, lol. I could not find anything about that either. But the haters are out in all channels trying to stop tomorrow. This is also true, Agent Smith 55. They are in full bore. But you know what? I get a penny from every single one of them watching right now. So that adds up to $1 eventually. Chris P. Lol, DFE got divorced so he induced a pump and dump. That's the best fucking FUD ever. AM97, we pumping tomorrow? Oh, I hope so. I hope so. I can't guarantee it, but my hopium wants it so bad. Daniel Holcomb, who would divorce that legend? Fools. Agent Smith, It's not true. He's not divorced. They talking shit for tomorrow. Ah, that's what they're saying. Okay. Scott thought they would have already hedged for RK's call options back when he purchased them. Is this different from them going out and finding them to deliver? I thought hedging would price up. Hedging happens, but hedging is much more important the closer you get to the actual expiration date. So my guess is that he did it this week to keep them from hedging even more next week. That's my guess anyway. Funky Homo sapien. It's a dumb rumor that started because he's not wearing his ring in the live stream. Ah. Rude rumor. 90D Biz. All the talking heads were commenting he wasn't wearing a wedding ring on his live. It seems the rumor mill is still buzzing. Didn't he have a glove on his left hand where the wedding ring would be? Like the thumb brace thingy? Crispy, come on, people. Be smarter than this. There's a lot of money on the line, so all kinds of dumb crap like that's going to come out. I mean, Ken Griffin is divorced because he beat his wife with a bedpost. So we can talk about that all day long. Right? Like, that seems like quite the reason to want to divorce somebody, right? You beat them with a bedpost. Like, you wouldn't want to hang out with me, monkey butt, if I beat you with a bedpost. You wouldn't come up here and be the most adorable dog ever, would you? No, you wouldn't. You would not. You would just be like, oh, I'm not going anywhere near that guy. Yaw. Yaw. Just a good dog. You're just a good dog, right? You're a good muscle-bound Hulk freak. Look at you. You're like a Greek goddess of just rip-roaring muscles at all times. Just strength ratio of a freak. You're like a beetle. You're like an ant. 50x strength to weight ratio, right? That's the curling up and making a bed of agreement. Control F, Houston. All right. Agent Smith, you're the fourth channel I've watched, and the shills are out in force. Well, fantastic. Bring it on, friends. We're out in force today. Cola Riz. My heavy metal song for GameStop Squeeze. It means world to me if you check it out. It's on the only video on my page. Don't know how to do that. Click that. I click this. What happens if I click? I don't know how to get to your page, to be honest. Yeah, there we go. If I click you, I don't know how to get to your page there. Cola Riz. Send me a link. Not a moth. Ask 8-Ball if we get deleted Friday or next week. Do we get deleted Friday? My sources say no. Do we get diluted next Friday? It's tweener right now. And it says, my sources say no. Twice in a row. All right. So we're not getting diluted according to 8-Ball tomorrow or next Friday. Whew. Now we're just going to deal with the normal crap that happens. Okay, gotta scroll back up to where the haters are. Okay, there's the haters. Got past those haters there. Wow, made it through a lot there. I'm only behind by like 20 minutes right now. Sweet. Okay. Right? No, I'm not. I'm... Ooh. Oh, no, I just cut off a whole bunch of the chat. So that's what I get for scrolling forward to try and read that super chat there. But you know what? Super chats come first. San Sapien Houston Pulte was right on DFV sold options. He's 3 for 3. Well, sell, exercise. Regardless, he has 4 million more shares than he had before, and that's buy pressure into the market. So there we go. Stalker, do you think it's a hostile takeover? Hostile takeover of who? I don't know. Army Stitch, do you think there may be a run tomorrow? I'm hoping there's a run tomorrow. I'm counting on it. Am I sure of that? Absolutely not. Not in any way, shape, or form. Agent Smith did 5, but AMC will have sympathy poll as well at 8:40. AMC breaks that. Oh boy. What is AMC at right now? I haven't looked at AMC in forever. We go there. I just got to scroll down to my look-see. And AMC is at 514. They peaked at 538. I don't think AMC is breaking 840 anytime soon. Their peak is 685. Is that? Yeah, I don't think they're breaking 840 anytime soon, unless GameStop runs to like 100 or something and they lift that whole basket up. Some Russian name says RK don't really care anymore. He's out of the play. He's got 9 million shares. I'm pretty sure he's still in the play. Damien Lacan. He didn't exercise. He sold his calls, bought shares open market. I didn't see anything in the level 2s that suggested he was buying 4 million shares open market. So he may have, but I didn't see anything suggesting that in level 2s. Alpha Sherman, GameStop killed the momentum? Yeah, they did. That's true. Richard White, has anything changed for you if you've been invested since 2021? Lots of things have changed for me. I do this show now several times a week. I've had to read a whole bunch of stuff about investing, more than I ever had to in my entire life. And I really wanted to squeeze so that I could read other things personally and sit on the beach and enjoy my time. But I don't think you're talking about like the me that is changed since then. I think you're talking about my willingness or earnestness towards the investment. I've got my couple thousand shares. I've got my shares. I've got actually not a couple thousand shares. I have over 1,000 shares. I was hoping and praying we get some crazy volatility, and I was not counting on GameStop killing that volatility, because GameStop, they sold shares in the past into volatility and never killed the runs we had. We'd go to 350, we'd go do that several times. They didn't kill it. This time around seemed like a very, 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 very specific action to kill the gamma squeeze so that we wouldn't run. So that did feel like a stab to the heart. Because, yeah, GameStop becoming a viable company, awesome. GameStop becoming a holding company, fantastic. GameStop doing merger acquisitions, great. I'm in this for a short squeeze. So squeeze. That's what I'm here for. And a lot of people are like, well, no, we've been talking about it for 3.5 years. Short squeeze, short squeeze, short squeeze, short squeeze. MOAS, 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 MOAS. GameStop will still be there whether we MOAS or not. So we may as well MOAS. We may as well take down as many short hedge funds as possibly can in that respect and annihilate them so they can't do what they've been doing to GameStop and these other companies to anyone else ever again. The best way to clean up the market is to annihilate these hedge funds, to take these billionaires' cash, put it into our pockets, and they can go park cars or mow lawns or, I don't know, fall back on a T-certificate, whatever it is they have, and do that. To me, a short squeeze is the most patriotic thing you can possibly do to support your nation and your fellow citizens and to make the world a better place. So that's what we should do. Okay. Bombing Burrito. With how much justification or justifying Larry Chang has been doing on X regarding dilution, I bet we see insider buying soon. He did. He's like, there's good kinds of dilution and bad kinds of dilution. And basically he's like, I hope we did the good kind of dilution. Which is, investing in R&D and expanding products and merger acquisition and blah, blah, blah. Rather than, paying executives more or crappy marketing, stuff like that. So I agree with his stance on that. Bitcoin, tinfoil hat. Could BBB lawsuit being dismissed be a reward for stopping the squeeze? I don't think a judge cares one way or the other about if a stock is squeezing or not. Just some random judge. They make their ruling. They do their thing. They might not even be paying attention to what's happening in the stock market one way or the other. They just looked at, this is Rule 16B. You have to be an insider when you buy, an insider when you sell. He was not an insider when he bought, therefore it does not fit the criteria. Done. That'd be my guess. And he didn't sell into the market. He sold to what looks like a private buyer. Galenis, what are your thoughts on the idea that the big squeeze is bad for GME? That's my thoughts on that. A big squeeze is excellent for GME. Brings in millions of new investors and makes the investors who exist filthy friggin' rich, and then they buy right back in with larger positions when all goes back down again. Promagoo, Travis McGill, 50-50, I live or die. 50-50, bro. Puma 98, hopefully Gamma next Monday and Tuesday, market close Wednesday, and FOMO Thursday, Friday. Those short weeks have in the past done some squirrely things, and having a short week with that in the middle, pretty good. Pretty good. Seraphim, good morning, Houston. I'm a professional lurker. I've been degenerately lurking in your stream since the beginning. It's such a wholesome stream to listen to while working. Well, thank you. I do know I swear too much, but I'll try not to. Gallery of Ghouls. Jimmy screwed us. Maybe. Rotobones. Remember, I followed you from 2020, 2021, start of all this, in your talks about how the system filtered through a squeeze. A confidence squeeze is likely. If GameStop doesn't stop it, we would have squeezed twice in the last month. We would have squeezed freakishly high in the last month twice. Once on the 17th and once last week. But no, GameStop put their foot on it, and we didn't get the volatility that we needed to actually squeeze. Which, they've got their reasons. I have my reasons to be pissed off about that. Excuse me. So that's where we are. Let's see the post close of market here. Where are we at? Oops. Oh shit. Open that up. What's my? Oh, ew. Okay. We're at 28 even right now. Still in after hours. Okay. So it looks like 28 is where they want it to be. We'll see what happens in the morning, right, Monkey? Right? Right, buddy? Agent Smith 55 after hours is lies. Wait till pre-market. Pre-market is when the truth gets revealed, because the 24-hour market, like, it can give you an idea of what kind of volatility we're going to expect, but I don't think they actually report to the major exchanges, and then it opens at whatever it opens at it's 3 a.m. my time when it opens, 6 a.m. on the East Coast. Yeah, you want a hug? You look like you want a hug. You want to come here and get a hug? Yeah, you do. You just, do you want a hug? You just want to like stare at me? Huh? You already got a treat. You got a treat. It was great. Did you eat your bone medicine, dog? Huh? Did you? Okay. Super B. Shorts never closed. They have so much cash. Definitely not bad. Now, it's good. I mean, companies with cash on hand is really good. I just want a squeeze. That's my squeeze. That's all I want. J-Dog, go Mariners. Go Mariners. Yogi 2012, proof of ban on the divorce statement. Sounds like FUD. He would have still been worth tens of millions after losing half. I'm pretty sure he has the ability to increase that. I think so too. Especially if he has to resort to selling covered calls again, he could make upwards of $31 million a week. Crispy, RC made sure the company is viewed in a good way by Wall Street. People just want MOAS and to be done with this. Yes. Yes, we do. I want piles of money. And I want to take those piles of money and I want to stick them into index funds so I never have to think about the markets again. I can just do my hobbies, live my life, travel, experience things, go to fancy restaurants, help with charities, walk the dog a lot. I would love to be done with this. That would be so fantastic. Oh my gosh. Wouldn't it be wonderful to just not have to think anymore? You just go to the wood shop, build something, work on your car, like have the money to do all the hobbies you want. It's just that, to me, that's a dream. I would absolutely love a MOAS so I could just kick back and relax, man. It'd be just great. It'd be fantastic. Alexander K, what's the stock need to hit tomorrow for the MOAS intro to get triggered? I think if we put 20 million shares in the money, we might get a MOAS intro. That's what might happen. Case Chapman, do you think the last dilution was part of a merger? I don't know. Because it did have the language in there that they could distribute it to, like, somebody off market. Be like, we'll just settle this, or they'll be the buyer or whatever. There was rumor that it was... Excuse me. So Carl Icahn could close his short position. Except the short position, I think, is only like 8 million shares. Because his short position was $750 million back before the sneeze, the baby squeeze. And from what I've read is that he sold at around $350, which would put it about 2 million shares. So he doesn't need 75 million of those shares. So 8 million post split end would allow him to close that position. So if they got some sort of deal going on in South Florida land between all these players, a chunk of that could go to Icahn at a certain price, and he can close that short position if he's going to, do something else. Maybe take on a big chunk of shares, a 4.9% holdings or something. I don't know. 4.9% would be about 9 million shares. So that still leaves another, like, 50 million get purchased, 55 million. I'm curious. Robert Stank. If RC wants a squeeze, he can use $4 billion to buy shares back and make at the money at the peak to release short hedge funds at highest prices, thus keeps being in control. That's also what they could do. They need a new vote to do that, though, because they're only authorized to do $100 million of share buybacks currently. So they couldn't do 4 billion of them, but they could do 100 million, which is kind of a drop in the bucket at this point, because I think Roaring Kitty spent that much today, so or close to it. Gallery of Ghouls, wow, good for RK and Cohen. Destroyed the chance of a lot of people to make some money that could have positive effects on their lives. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Roaring Kitty had anything to do with that one. I think mostly that was Cohen and the board that destroyed that opportunity. Roaring Kitty was hoping. He was hoping that he would have millions and millions and millions of more shares in the money. But or have like the stock price be absolutely flying high with Gamma and everything. I do think he did not anticipate Ryan Cohen diluting at all. Superb. There's nothing but shilling in this chat. Sus. Well, some of them got some. I think some of them got some memberships. So, welcome to hell, boys. Yeah, lurkers, man. Alpha Sherman, Max Payne tomorrow. What is Max Payne tomorrow? Where are we right now? We're just above Max Payne. So Max Payne is at $27.50. We're at 29. Well, at close at 29. Now we're at $28 in a little bit. If we get a good morning run, we can push up past Max Payne pretty well. And move those options in a hurry. So let's do it. Let's get it. Let's move that thing in the pre-market, get this thing to open real high, and make these dudes go out in the market and go find some shares to hedge for all those options they have naked. That's what I think we should do. And then exercise when you get to your break even. Just get as many shares as you can out of it. Coffee Jones and Homer, what if the person RC is afraid of is Keith Gill, not some hedge fund but Roaring Kitty? I don't know why he would be. I think he invested in the company entirely because of Keith Gill's thesis, is my thought. Roaring Titty, I don't understand why people are saying Gme and RK betrayed them and cost them money. If you were that concerned, go ahead and paper hand and take your profit. Again, I don't think RK had anything to do with the drop in volatility. I think that had everything to do with, selling 10 million shares, 120 million shares in the market over the last month. That can do it. Sean O, did you have to see William Farron's video on MMTLP and Drew? Very troubling. He bought Torch. Then he only bought MMTLP the last couple of days. I mean, Drew ripped it apart in a space call. Senile? I have not seen that. So, no. I don't even know what that's referencing. But, send me a link. BP. British Petroleum. Damien, tell us you don't own any GME. Tell us you don't own any GME. Yeah. Alpha Sherman, Max Payne is what it will close at. Unless it doesn't. Because they got to go find some shares. Down to Shadham Hawking Hills is by Cincinnati. So when you come out here, I'm getting you a steak. Excellent. Let's do it. Monkey, you want steak? She wants steak. My roommate slammed the door so hard in this house. Okay. Roaring Titty, as a risk of options, you don't play options, you aren't prepared to lose your money, or you don't take profits on the options when they go green. That's true. It is pure degeneracy. That's what the options play is. Pure, absolute, unhinged degeneracy. Sometimes you're up really big, and you're like, wow, I'm about to retire. And then the company that you're trying to support just rug pulls you and sells a whole bunch of shares in the market, and you go, oh, I guess I'm not going to retire today. I guess I'm going to watch all my gains go into the ether, and volatility just go all over again. Right, monkey? You know what's up. Come on. Okay. Now it's 8.6%. Oh, so Ryan Cohen 8.6%. All right. So that's 420 million shares times 0.086, meaning he's got 36,120,000 shares. So he's got to add on 6 million shares about in order to get at 10 million. So 5,880,000. Okay. Go buy, Ryan. Go buy some. Get that checkbook out. Start buying some shares. Shore up your 10% plus holdings all over again. You're allowed to own up to 19.9, I think, or up to 20%. So do that. Get in there. So you have to get, that'd be 84 million. Okay, minus, 4000000. So in order for him to get 20%, he's got to buy 47 million of those at current price of $28. He had to spend $1.3 billion to get to his ultimate goal of 20% of the company, which he's allowed to buy. I don't know if that's actually his goal because he's got pretty good control of the company at the moment with what he has. But, you know, $1 billion is $1 billion, right, monkey? Right? Saying Sapien sensor won't be pumped tomorrow. Well, and that's the roll the dice there. Rainman returns. Jimmy to the moon. Bought some more 25s. You're in the money. You're doing better than I am at the moment. Copy paste says the pump is over. Alex F. used to ban RC buy shares. Yes, buy shares. You're the billionaire. Buy some shares. Okay, I'm going to just get rid of this guy. He's just shill all the way. Damien? Later, skater. All right. Okay, most people are just yelling at Damien here. Philly Gearhead, welcome Problem Solver. Well, welcome, Philly Gearhead. You have yourself a pie. Nope, that's a space helmet. I always think it's a pie because it's really small when it's gold, but it's a space helmet. Fantastic, Philly Gearhead. Welcome aboard. We got 2 minutes and I gotta go run away and, you know, do the normal life things. Okay. General Holcomb, no order under 100 shares hits the lit market. Unless you go into your broker and you route all of your shares to the lit market, which you can do in brokerages like Fidelity. You can be like, no, never go to Apex. I want you to go through IEX or whatever. Only go through lit markets. So you can tell them to route it through those things. If you can force them to do it. So, yeah. Shall we? Robert C's got 1950 calls are still in the money. Will not have problem selling them. You will not. You will not at all. Mr. JJ, where's America? Somewhere around here. Confusing. Orders hold for company transformation could be a good investment. I mean, yeah, you can hold for years and 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 years, and then the company transforms. And you're like, oh, I did it, and now I'm so old I can't enjoy the rest of my life. But my grandkids, they'll be set up. I want to squeeze, man. I want to squeeze. I want to squeeze. I want to squeeze. I want to squeeze. A, squeeze is way more exciting. B, over and done with. Fantastic. In, out, back in again. Like, the company can still exist, can still do all their plans, can still do all their merger acquisitions, can still do everything while squeezing. Because squeeze, like, what, 2 weeks? Done. Over with. Moving on with life. Every company that squeezes, it just moves on with life again. So I'm game for that. Just made me, damn Houston, just as I was about to Damien a membership. He can go away. Oh crap, it's time to go. So that was the last one of the day. I will see you guys tomorrow. I assume I'm either wearing black or popping a Martinelli's bottle tomorrow. Probably be either or. We'll see where it goes. Come on, pre-market. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and you guys have yourself a great night, and toodle-oodle. Boink.